This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 715. I'm 2 years behind. I'm Brian Kilby. With me this week, we have we have Donald Ferguson, recently engaged.
And for the information on that, go to TF Radio's episode number 714, and you can find out all the details.
All the details. We spent the whole show talking about it.
Yeah, pretty much. I broke the internet.
Yes.
I apologize.
We're planning in the pre-show or pre-show that may not make air. We were trying to plan out his bachelor party.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is we was able to fix the internet because Optimus Primal has some Gorilla Glue on him.
We have Diecast.
Hey, everybody.
Rob Clay.
Hi.
Matt, a.k.a. Melvar.
Hello.
And that John DeLuna.
Pods.
What was that? Yeah, I think the mute caught it.
I was going to say I was live from my AirPods and not my normal setup.
Oh, so. You're on your AirPods. Okay.
He's out front waiting for his Unicron.
It sounds okay.
I understand.
So yesterday, I mentioned a minute ago in pre-show, we were recording Hot 5. So we were joined by Sean Bratton, his first appearance on, and he actually called in through a phone, and it sounded pretty darn good. So I was actually impressed by that. XV is not here. Maybe next week XV can call in on his phone, and it would sound pretty good.
He's on assignment. He's trying to find the Ark for us.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes, but hopefully he's got both sides of the medallion. Otherwise, it's one of the office.
I don't get that reference. Is this a mysterious
Indiana Jones?
Right? Yeah, the medallion, both sides. You know.
Yeah, sorry, that went over my head.
Sorry.
And I watched that like 2 weekends ago, and it's one of my favorite movies.
Your mind went to a French anime.
My mind went to Mysterious Cities of Gold, which you used to sell tapes of on Altoids Transformers Traded, if I remember right, John, back in the 90s.
Burned DVDs of it. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was 30 years ago. Not quite, but yeah. So old. So, hey, there's stuff going on. Hey, we're going to have our fake Toy Fair live stream. So every year, Valentine's Day weekend thereabouts, Hasbro and all the toy manufacturers have their big Toy Fair event. Hasbro has a separate event for fans, and we used to do like a big week-long coverage of all the stuff. Then it broke down into just basically a day of Hasbro stuff. This year we didn't do anything because there was no Toy Fair, but we still like doing the live stream. So we're going to fake it, and we're going to do it on March 6th, starting around 12 Eastern time. I've already had a couple people tentatively scheduled to show up, so that'll be a lot of fun. Some folks that you don't hear that often on the show. It's just really a chance to get together and BS about toys, which we do every week, but this is a chance to do it with people we don't talk to every week, so it'll be fun. I'm excited. And there's like no nervousness around, what are they going to show? Are they not? What was spoiled? Because there's nothing to spoil. So, let's see. Anything else? I mentioned our Patreon. Had, again, a lot of fun recording the episode of History on the Fives this week. If you're a patron at the touch tier you can be on, just shoot me a note. Let me know that you want to be on, and we'll schedule you. If you want to be a patron, go to patreon.com/tfradio, and you can sign up. Any other announcements? Anything's going on? Don's engaged.
Yep.
Unicron's coming.
I am. Eventually. Coincidence?
Yes.
Yeah, well, coincidence.
Pretty much.
We think he's coming.
Yeah. Well, we see people, receive them. Jason Murray received his yesterday.
Is he in the U.S.?
He's in Australia.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because Unicron tries to kill you, and Australia is full of things that try to kill you. So that makes sense.
Yeah, his cat on Twitter today, in Facebook, he shared a picture of his cat sitting on the box. So it doesn't look like he's opened it yet. I have no idea when I'll get around to opening mine. But I know at least one person got theirs and there was something broken. So when you get it, inspect it. Because that would suck. You don't get around to it for 2 years, then it's broken and you're basically just screwed.
What if I want mint and sealed box?
Well, leave it there forever.
Mint and sealed shipping container.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and jump to the news. A couple things to talk about. Breaking news. Paladin shared this on Twitter. Someone with the handle Soup CT123. So I'm assuming that's Soup Court 123. In Canada at TC Rockets. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a hobby store or what. But they have Kingdom Ultra Magnus on the shelf.
Ooh, they wanted $70 for Megatron. Is that what I'm seeing there?
It's Canada.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Canada.
Yeah. So So be on the lookout. If that's a hobby shop, they may be getting the stuff in.
That'll be the third time I bought that mold.
Counting dupes, it'd be like the fifth time I bought it, but yeah. Then ended up getting a few of the surprise unboxings or the spoiler packs. Yeah. So there you go. Just be on the lookout. Also, for $20, we're just going to get through the news pretty quick. For $20, New Generation Selects figure WFC-GS25. It is Transmutate. And it is based on Fossilizer, what's its name? Paleotrex. I have it. I haven't bothered, since they're not characters, I haven't bothered memorizing their names. So this one is coming out when, like July, that time frame. This, I think, had been referenced in the spoilers, in the leaks that popped up.
Yeah.
So it's good that it was validated.
I don't know that it was.
Yeah, so Transmutate is a very important episode to a lot of people, including me. I would argue it's easily top 5 best Transformers episodes. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I like the fact that there's a Transmutate figure that people can get that you didn't have to go to BotCon for, or didn't have to like assemble through, 15 years ago. Packs from Generations or Universe or whatever, the Beast Wars Returns or Beast Wars 10th Anniversary set.
Yeah, it's the 10th Anniversary set, yeah.
But at the same time, I like the way it looks. It's not what I would ask for. I will take it. But a lot of people just really don't like it. Diecast really hates it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Is it because
I don't even
the
like
character?
the dinosaur?
Do you have like you don't even like Beast Wars really?
I watched the show when I was a teenager. I did not like the toys. I did not like that the Transformers were beast characters or whatever. So yeah, I was weird. A lot of people that hated the idea didn't even watch the show. I watched the show. I didn't buy any of the toys. But yeah, it just doesn't. It just doesn't look good. And the fact that I like the fossilizers because of what they are, the dinosaur skeleton thing is really cool to me. But not with like teal parts. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that it glows in the dark. I've heard rumors from the leaks that it glows in the dark. Nothing about this specified that, so it may not. But John just raised his hand like a good meeting participant. So, John, what did you want to say?
See that, guys? I use all the tools at my disposal. And my reward is to get razzed by Brian Kilby. I've been shamed on air. I've been shamed.
Hey, it's I do that in meetings too when people raise their hand. I'm like, what, Greg?
On Google Meet that we're running the call through, there's 5 buttons. One of them is the hand button. So I had to use it. And again, I've been publicly tarred and feathered. Hey, I had a question. So Brian, you mentioned that like lots of people are upset, but I want to understand. I haven't had time to really like unpack that. Is the feeling that the character deserved better? Is that why people are upset?
It's the feeling that Transmutate as a character was representative of kids and people with autism, or may have been born different, or just special needs that help represent them. And the fossilizer here is one. It's a stupid gimmick. That it's a post hoc gimmick, saying that it's an homage to the Build-A-Figure because it's a fossilizer. I don't buy that. That just seems like something somebody made up. But you break it apart and it's weapons. So, and the character, of course, helped bring together Rampage and Silverbolt. And I even got emotional watching this episode today. At the end, today, for now we're brothers, and it helped bring people together through, their mutual love of Transmutate. But now Transmutate breaks apart into things that you can beat other robots to death with, and that just seems to be off-putting for some people.
Seeing connection of dots that I wouldn't have necessarily done. Do you remember back in the day when that aired, Transmutate being associated with like autism and people
so watching it, I was watching it with adults, not literally with adults, but the people I interacted with at the fandom were adults on Alt Ways Transformers. There are a lot of kids, like Don. There are a lot of kids though who watched that then, and there are a lot of kids with autism, and they saw themselves somewhat in that character, or they might have some sort of learning disability or something like that, and they saw Transmutate as representative to them in the fandom or in the media, and they share those stories today, and that just adds a layer to it that I didn't know. It hit me hard when I first watched it back in '98, and I kind of find it a little bit. I'm muting Dawn for a second. A little bit. How do I want to put it? Just it's not off-putting, but it is tone deaf. It's a little tone deaf, is I guess how I would put it. But some other folks are just genuinely, bothered by this. And I'm not bothered by it, but I can appreciate why others are.
Putting the toys off-putting.
The fact that guys, don't raise your hand. You don't have to do that. It makes a sound that comes through the podcast. So, Don, just go ahead and chime in.
Unmute and speak.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to follow John's example, as we all should.
Usually.
I have never felt more torn on a figure than I do this Transmutate. Not because of any great love of the episode, which is a very solid episode, or the desire for a new figure. If we had gone another couple of years without a Transmutate figure, it really wouldn't have bothered me. But this perfectly encapsulates for me. It works, but it doesn't. I hate it, but I don't.
Yes.
It literally is Schrodinger's toy.
Yes.
I have not felt this way about a figure. Usually with figures, it's like, oh, that's nice, but I don't like it because of this. I literally don't know how to feel about this toy.
I have mixed opinions on it.
Yeah, it works. Based on that fossilizer, I can see Transmutate in the show having come from this kind of skeletal, what this would have been if her pod had worked.
Yes.
I'm defaulting to her. If the pod had worked, this is what it would have been. And then I can see it not working and you getting the show character from this. On the other hand, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare fuel log that you can toss on and give yourself nightmares with because of the face and just like kind of a zombie thing. I don't know. I have never felt this way about a figure in recent memory.
I hate it. I'm going to buy it. I'm not wearing that shirt tonight, but that's basically what it is.
Question then.
Okay.
This toy kind of like opens the door then to something I personally have not like realized that, okay, so there are people that are about 10 years younger than us that experienced Beast Wars as children.
Mm-hmm.
So their nostalgia for Beast Wars has a completely different perspective from ours.
Yes.
And they're like what they see those characters representing is something completely different. It's through the eyes of a child, which is what we see G1 as.
Mm-hmm.
So like
they're luckier than we are because they got a better series.
Their perception of those Beast Wars characters is completely different and through a different lens. And running Beast Wars characters through the eyes of somebody who was 17, 18, 20 when they saw Beast Wars is not the same as this group. This actually this is like in theory, this is the group that you're trying to speak to. The people who are like have like deep fundamental nostalgia for Beast Wars because they saw it when they were 7, 8, and 9.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting is then they unfortunately they kind of landed on a character that's a real like lightning rod, and very kind of complicated. Like there's a ton of the Beast Wars characters that are seen very differently than how we see them. And so I'm very interested to see like as they keep going with Beast Wars as a nostalgic line, because now it's old enough to be that. If they run into other situations where Hasbro just kind of misreads it, doesn't read the room. Interested to see like what is the reaction going to be with the Netflix show. So the handful of Beast Wars characters that end up on that show, like I'm really interested to see like what is the reaction from that generation.
You know, I don't.
Oh boy,
it's an interesting thought. A lot of those kids have already had the stuff ruined for them with Beast Machines. And I don't mean that to be in a snarky way, because I do love the second season of Beast Machines, but Beast Machines did kind of dump on a lot of the characters they loved from Beast Wars. So these kids have kind of been scarred from that for years in a lot of ways, where adults who caught Beast Wars when it first aired, for a lot of people, it was an affront to them because, you know, Optimus is a truck, not a stupid monkey. You know, that was what, you know, that was the affront to those folks, including me at the time, where, you know, back then, you know, Rhinox is a hero. No, Rhinox he's evil, you know. I'm still pissed off about that. That was 20 years ago. But yeah, but I don't know that there's that many characters that would be like a third rail like this. I mean, I can't think of anybody that would show up that they could just completely butcher like this. Maybe they're
gonna find out.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're gonna find out. Yeah,
we will. Okay. Any other thoughts on this before we move on? Okay, one more thing popped up.
One more thing.
Okay, done.
Okay, I'm going to ask Matt, who has this is why I wanted Matt on the show.
Okay.
Matt has no strong feelings. His Beast Wars is not a thing for him. He doesn't hate it. He doesn't like it. It's not really a thing for him. Matt, as an outsider looking in at this, what do you think? What do you know about what we've said?
It means absolutely nothing to me, so I don't have to buy it either way. Like I am not offended by this in the least because I am not the target for this.
Okay. All right. I just didn't know as an outsider if you had any opinions on like if you knew anything about this.
I have never seen the episode. I know the basics of it, but I've never seen the episode. I have no connection to the character. I don't need the toy.
Okay.
I was just chatting in Discord. I didn't realize I'd had the video on that. So Ness had said, so Beast Machines is their death of Optimus. I'm like, maybe. You could maybe look at it that way. But Jacob had said he didn't hate Beast Machines when it first aired. He didn't like it, but watching it as an adult, it's much better. Again, at the time, I did not like season 1. Season 2 was much, much better. But going back now and watching season 1 after 3 years of Unicron trilogy, honestly, Transformers Prime 2, I'm sorry, and some other things, season 1 of Beast Machines is a lot better. It's aged a lot better than how I felt about it at the time. So, okay. One last news item to talk about this week. So, more Beast Wars stuff. So, there have been rumors about some reissues popping up, and it looks like it'll be a Walmart exclusive. Don't know much more than this. We can speculate, but there are going to be 4 toys at least. This may be the first wave, it may not. It may be the sum total. Beast Wars Vintage Cheetor for $22.97. Beast Wars Vintage T-Rex Megatron for $49.67. Vintage Optimus Primal $49.97. And Vintage Rat Trap, no price point listed. So Rat Trap was, of course, the original was a basic figure. Cheetor was what was then called a deluxe. Now it'd be more like a small Voyager, I guess, or still a deluxe. And Megatron and Optimus were ultra class. That's assuming that we're not looking at trans metals, and I'm assuming that we're not. The mega class figures, as XV points out in the article, are a little small, really small, honestly, for something that we would try to sell as a leader today. But the price point is pretty much there for the ultra size figures, and that Optimus Primal was last released, it looks like, in 2014, so the mold's still there. Of course, that was a modified mold. The original mold, I don't know. The toolings may still exist, maybe not. But it might be the one with the modifications that came out. I don't remember the last time that Beast Wars Megatron was released. It might have been for T-Rex. But unless they had to go back and make some tooling changes to fix the mold, I'm assuming it's pretty much going to be just straight up the same one that came out back in '96. I'm excited about this. I at least for Rat Trap, because I actually don't have a Rat Trap. I've got
okay, so what if these are actually just like the current Headmaster reissues, where it's the Titans Return toys in classic packaging? What if these are just the Kingdom toys in classic packaging?
It could
The
be.
thing that leads us away from that, because I thought that myself when I first saw this, but as somebody pointed out to me on Twitter, Optimus Primal is a Voyager. So that is trying to sell a $30 Voyager for $50 at that point, which would not put it past them, but also not 100% likely, I would say.
Okay, then my second point. Remember what happened a couple years ago when they tried to reissue the Robots in Disguise, Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus, how the plastics have changed?
Yeah.
Yeah, those Beast Wars toys are even older than those Robots in Disguise toys were.
But again, at least the
They're also
Optimus
a fair sight
Primal.
simpler.
What was that, Rob?
They're also a fair sight simpler, and I
Yeah.
want to say that the parts fit is not as exacting as Robots in Disguise Optimus Primes were to my recollection.
And the last release of that Optimus Primal was fine. Yeah, it didn't have any.
How long ago was that?
7 years.
That's a long time ago.
It is a long
And to
time
back
ago.
Matt up, wasn't there a rumor of Optimus Primal coming with like one of the weaponizers or whatever you call them now, fossilizers, that could be that price point.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, if you added in a fossilizer, so he had the mace he had originally, that would make up your extra $20.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, because that might be a spoiler pack for Netflix thing that maybe people are rumoring. But that maybe this is that,
Could be.
because that would make sense. Megatron by himself, Optimus Primal gets his mace, and Cheetor is just, Cheetor, and Rat Trap would be. Would they do?
There's a
that
base.
wouldn't
There's
make
that Rat
sense,
Trap
would
that
it?
Legends class or whatever it was that came out. Or
Yeah, the
what-
Legend class, but
Yeah,
they probably
it's
throw something else in it.
yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. Well, now there was that different colored blue Cheetor coming out for Netflix. That might lead some credence to it being those figures in a classic Beast Wars packaging. If that darker blue Cheetor is not going to be in Netflix packaging, but in something else.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a lot of things. I think we'll find out pretty soon, though. I would expect to see this like on a Fan First Friday or whatever.
What,
Yeah, I would-
Hasbro
I would-
have any of those coming up? Oh no.
Hey, well, we don't
not
find out
that
until
they've
like
told
week
us
off.
about yet. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, if it is actual vintage Beast Wars toys, I would be wary of 25, 26-year-old molds now with today's plastics. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Sounds like Godfire Convoy all over again.
Yeah,
That's the
today's
point I was trying to make
plastics-
earlier. Yeah.
You think today's plastics would be better, but they proved us wrong with the RID stuff that they reissued.
I mean that's probably the bulk of what it was, but I don't know that it's just the plastics. It could be a lot of different things, but it probably was just the plastics. Okay, anything else? Okay, let's jump to what we got this week. Don, did you get anything crazy this week?
Well, I don't
engaged
think I
in?
can top. I don't think I can get top last week what I got. On topic, I didn't get much on topic, but I found these today. I found the next 3 headmasters.
Oh,
My local
dang it.
Walmart got.
Jealous.
My local Walmart got in Weird Wolf Highbrow, which is Zort, Zort, instead of Gort, and Skullcruncher.
I believe it was that way in Titan's Return as well.
Okay, all right.
I think
And-
it was XORT in Titan's Return. So
Okay, maybe I miss. Yeah, I'm sorry, XORT. You're right, Rob. I was trying to read backwards on the screen. So yeah, I've got these. And when I mentioned a few weeks ago when I got the first wave, what the 4th figure could be to make up the pack is a repack of Hardhead, because that's what was on the shelf. And the last time I was at that Walmart, they didn't have any of the headmasters, and now they had 2 cases of these, and there was 2 Hardheads. So it looks like the Hardhead is the case filler, since it's 4 per case. So that's all I have on topic this week.
I think Hardhead was the case filler in the Titan's Return waves he was in too. Because I remember those hanging around forever.
Okay, I couldn't remember that far back. Well, so many shut up at Ollie's, it was hard to know which one was the case filler when they have that many at Ollie's and such. Off topic, this is what I was going to make a copy for Matt, but I'm not anymore because it was a horrible joke in pre-show. I was going through some old bookmarks and found my bookmark for World Event Enterprises still active, and their storefront still works. So I rebought the Voltron soundtrack.
What is this?
This is World Event Enterprises.
World Event Productions.
World Event Thank you. I'm sorry. World Event Productions. This is the music. This is basically it's the instrumental music for Voltron, the Lion Force
It's
Voltron.
the score for
Thank you.
Lion Force Voltron.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't
So
remember
it's
the
on
word. score in
Amazon
this
for
case.
$20. Is that where you got?
It was 15 and like 3 shipping, I think. So yeah, it was again, like I said, I wasn't expecting the links to still work because I was deleting old links, but it still works. It does. It opens with the Peter Cullen narration.
Oh, I thought you meant a literal bookmark, like a literal paper bookmark. That had a
No,
code on it.
no. I'm sorry. No, I mean a bookmark on my screen. But
No,
I'm saying,
Don, I just went the wrong. I went the wrong direction. That's my
Yeah.
fault, not yours.
yeah. So I mean, I got that. Sadly, there is no vehicle Voltron on here, but a lot of the music was carried over, so I can pretend. But it's nice to have that back. And the other thing I got this week was what I had been looking for.
Is Sir Little Dawn on the way?
No.
Okay.
John, I have found my turtles. I am now joined my brothers in the quest for NECA.
What?
Because
Next mutation.
I have Defenders of the Earth.
Oh.
I found the first wave of the Defenders of the Earth figures: Flash Gordon, the Phantom, and of course one of the best looking figures I've seen in a long time, Ming the Merciless.
That is pretty cool.
That is one of the.
That is pretty cool done. I will admit that.
I mean, that is a really well done Ming. So I am really excited to get these. I cannot wait for Wave 2 to get Lothar and Mandrake. So I've been waiting for someone to do Defenders of the Earth figures for years now. So I'm really glad I was able to pick those up. Other than that, that's all I've got this week.
That should be a much easier collection to complete than any Turtles line, Don.
Yes, but again, I know I joined my brothers of NECA collectors and looking for stuff. So here's hoping.
Is that a Buck Rogers thing, Don? Ming or Flash Gordon?
Gordon.
Flash Gordon. It was all the King Feature Syndicate, and they used Ming as the main villain of the show.
Okay, I knew nothing about it, but it's an awesome looking figure.
Well, the cool thing is Stan Lee wrote the opening lyrics to the cartoon. The cartoon is a typical '80s kind of thing, but the opening theme is like almost Thundercats level memorable to me, anyway.
Thundercats kind of suck. Sorry, I just don't like Thundercats theme. It's no Silverhawks.
It's hard to hate that.
Yeah. Nah, Thundercats is okay. I'm just giving you grief. Sorry, Don. I'm just trying to have like a hot take, but I failed miserably. Okay, Diecast, what'd you get this week?
Okay. Well, I've been waiting for this for over a year. It's been on my order list for Amazon as just like order received with no date. And it finally came yesterday.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Yes.
It is Siege Rung.
In a baggie?
Plastic, in a baggie that says ready to ship. And then it has a little barcode on the bottom that says Transformers TRA Gen War for Cybertron Battlemaster Rung new item on the sticker. And yes, it is my Siege Rung, which I thought I would never get. So I bought an Earthrise Rung. So this one's going to stay on card. Mint on card. Because I did not think I was going to get it. The other one that's in my order list that has still not shipped is that I ordered at the same time was Singe. He did not come yet. I don't know if he's gonna. But hopefully these companies are starting to fill orders from over a year ago. Maybe I'll get my Netflix scrap faces from Walmart. Who knows?
Give me your scrap faces. Hey, real quick, Don. So in the YouTube chat, which I'm looking at YouTube this week, Ven from Texas said, be careful with those figures. There's some potential breaks on those.
Oh, that's all NECA figures.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the heads up. I'll see if I see any videos or something online to know what to look for. If I take them out, they're just going to be basically just awesome on the shelf. Just stand there and look good.
And then I also got a Transformers versus G.I. Joe lunch pail.
Oh, I didn't realize it was. I thought it was just Transformers.
No, it's Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Interesting.
Where did that come from?
This came from GameStop. It's a Funko box.
It's got junk in it.
So when you open it, I have a couple little a Cobra Commander keychain or a Cobra keychain.
Cobra logo. Yeah.
Yeah, some pop buttons or pins. And then Decepticon logo. And then I also got Optimus Prime and Cobra Commander pop figures.
Oh, it comes with pops. I was excited there for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with pops. You can get either it's a villain versus a superhero or a hero. So you either get Optimus Prime or Duke as the heroes, and you either get Megatron or Cobra Commander as the villains. So there's pretty much 2 combinations you can get. But yeah, it's a nice little lunchbox, and you get a couple little extra things and 2 pops. And I had to get it because I don't know. The lunch pails always appeal to me. I don't know what it is about the lunch boxes. I just really like them, and you can use them to throw stuff in. So,
Well, you can sell the pops and have more room and get some of your money back for the rest of it. That's not pops.
Or mail the pops to Brian, so he has to, start collecting them.
Anything else,
I'm
Diecast?
not sure what's different on the Optimus Prime because he does say GameStop exclusive, but I don't know what's different about him.
Anything else?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, so I forgot I had one more news item that I did not discuss. I need to bring this up because the pops made me think of this. Let me see if I can get this on screen. Super 7 announced 2 more waves of their Transformers Ultimates. So, one for summer, one for fall. And
Did they?
Yes. Completely forgot about this. See if this is legible on the screen. So, Wave 2, Summer, G1 Megatron, G1 Grimlock in Dino Mode, Pretender's Bludgeon, and Trax. So, I am super stoked at the potential of a Pretender. Is it just going to be the shell? Possibly. Would it be the inner robot? Not very likely, since it's not recognizable to most people. But if it's an actual Pretender, I'm sold. This is the best Transformers line ever. So, Wave 3, Tarn, for you IDW folks.
Wow.
Yeah. G2 Megatron. Alligator Con,
Ooh.
which you got to assume is Optimus from
Yeah.
City of Steel,
Yeah.
and Retgar.
Okay.
So I completely forgot about this. I had to correct that. Also, we got to see renders of their upcoming Optimus, like slam dunking in basketball, and it looks amazing. On
Can we please get a BotBots basketball now? Anybody at Hasbro BotBots basketball?
I posted something to Twitter that I wanted to share, and I'm going to just go in and retweet it. Back in 2001, October, is when, if I remember right, it was design sketches of the Mega SCF Convoy. I think it was ACT-01. That included the hand accessory with a basketball in the finger. I've cited that several times over the years, but I don't actually have that image out there anywhere. I scraped news sites that were around at the time. I tried to do the Wayback Machine. Through the Wayback Machine, I saw on the news item that was posted on a site that's no longer in existence. I saw the file name. I searched by the file name. I've searched through my personal archive of Transformers photos that I've kept from over the years. I don't have that original design sketch of the Mega SCF Convoy. If anybody out there has it, please let me know, because I want to reshare it. You will get full credit. So if you have it, or if you happen to have a Toy Fair magazine, or Don Lee's would have been around at that point, or potentially any type of Japanese toy hobby magazine from that period. If you have those handy, check them and let me know. I'd love to have just a snapshot of that. So that would really make my day.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm more interested for G1 Trax and G2 Megatron than anything else in the lineup so far.
You would be, Don. The alligator con is like a real alligator con that's official is just like a zen like state that's going to put me in. It's going to be the most wonderful
I
thing.
would get that. That'll be the only one I'll get.
I'm buying them all now. They've sold me. These things are stupid expensive for what they are, but just for what they're producing, they've sold me.
And even as expensive as they are, I think the only other official licensed Tarn figure was one of the Kuro Karakuri things for like $500.
Yeah.
So
Flame toys.
yeah. So it is much more in the realm of affordability than that ever was.
Yes. In fact, I told Kim. Kim was like, "Hey, you can buy something stupid when we sell the house." So I'm like, I think I'm going to go back and buy all the Turtles Ultimate figures that I didn't get. So I'm switching allegiances on my premium turtle figures. So I think
better answer than bold of you to presume I ever stopped, which was my first guess, but
yeah, well, yes. So, but yeah, that's yeah. But I really appreciate what Super 7 is doing. I think they're doing the Lord's work in these toys, as they say. Okay, that was my news item that I had to jump into. Don Diecast, Rob, did you get anything?
I got a few little things. I did get Studio Series Cup, which is a really nice figure. It is almost exactly like Blur in that I like how it looks in both modes. I think it's a pretty good representation of the character, and I really don't enjoy handling it at all. It is another one that is kind of fiddly to transform and has a lot of things that need arranged just so, the usual, tab and slot problem. So just, I'm not going to end up transforming that very often. But the one thing I did think was a nice touch, though, that, no way to tell until I had it in my hands. The packaging and the instructions make no reference to the fact that he comes apart, but there is one arm that has a tie, has one of the nylon ties keeping it in the package, so that if you do not notice it when you're, cutting all of that, the arm will come off to show you. I thought that was a cute touch.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I got a couple more of the Mega Constructs Masters of the Universe sets that were cheap on Amazon. The Wind Raider set was down to like 13, and the Point Dread set was like 25. And since that has the Battle Armor Skeletor and Panther to go opposite the He-Man and Battle Cat I got in the other set recently, I figured I may as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I haven't actually built any of those yet, but I'm
Me neither. But
I'm just happy they exist.
Yes, I've not found the flocked Panther set yet, like XV has. I've only found one of the little construct sets, the ones that come into the Skeletor head, and they're brand new, but it was on clearance at Walmart for like $5, and it was the only one they had. It was the Trap Jaw, so there's two more that I'm missing. The next wave of the single pack minifigs, the box had been stripped of any Stinkor. I guess Fisto. I think those are the two of those in there. So I still have to find those, but gosh, I may run to Walmart after the show. Yeah, I may do that. Okay, what else, Rob? Anything else?
No, nothing else. Next week or the week after, depending on how the weather is, where BBTS is, I will probably have a bunch of stuff. But at the moment, that's it.
Oh yeah, I have a pile of loot that should be here tomorrow, but it's mostly not Transformer stuff. Okay, Matt, what'd you get? We lose Matt? He's frozen on my end. Okay. We can come back to him. John?
Things. Got the first off topic real quick is that, hey, it's always a surprise when Walmart.com delivers.
Oh my
and
goodness.
they delivered the Cobra Fang, which is the Wave 2 vehicle for the reissue Joes, the retro G.I. Joes. This time around, this reissue of Joes. I haven't had time to open it and put it together. I had one Fang when I was a kid, so like 35 years ago. So I'm looking forward to having it again. And the packaging's great. I love the packaging, super retro on this. And I posted on Twitter the other day. It's never as simple as black and white, but seeing a GI Joe file card on this packaging, it's in 5 languages, but they still pull it off. Really kind of stings when you go and look at Transformers packaging, which again has 0 character info these days. So they figured out a way to do it on GI Joe packaging. They still don't do it on Transformers packaging. Is what it is. But yeah, the Cobra Fang looks super nice, and I hope this reissue line keeps going. I know, Brian, you're not keen on the cards this time around because they don't have a border and whatnot, but the vehicle packaging is really cool.
Vehicle packaging is great. That was one on the Fang.
I think I got that was on topic that came in today. I can't remember. I think it actually came in yesterday. Unicron MicroMasters, so the with the mask homages inside. So Amazon delivered that a couple days early, and I'll crack those open and take a look at them. But the more MicroMasters, the better. And other than that, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, I feel pretty much the same way when it comes to the MicroMasters, even though a lot of people don't like them. I'm all for more of them. But yeah, I got that set too. I basically have popped the little rubber bands so I can take them out, but I may not take them out. I don't care enough to right now, but they will be nicely displayed later on. And other than that, I've been going through and trying to sell some of my duplicates for my Happy Meal toys, the 1985 St. Louis set, and I have one duplicate left if anybody wants to buy a Gears. But as far as duplicates go, I will continue to buy duplicates if I can get a sealed one. So I had a green Cliff Jumper already. I saw on eBay last week. I just sold a loose one to our buddy Vice Grip, but a sealed red Bumblebee. Red and black. So, I basically I get my eBay update. It's first thing in the morning. It's first thing I look at. Wake up, not intentionally, but it just works out that way. So I saw it and bought it. The baggie is not quite as good a shape as I thought. There's like a sticker residue across it, and there's a slight tear on one of the corners right here. So it's not as good as the other one, but it's pristine. I have no illusion or delusions that I'll ever complete the set sealed. I don't even want to do that. But as a nice extra supplement to the collection, if I ever do finish, having a few sealed ones is nice. So I can at least say I have more than one now. So, and I think that's it.
I did just remember, not something else I got, but a news item that I just felt was worth mentioning.
Yeah.
This week they announced that Diamond Select announced that they're going to do Transformers Mini-Mates, which are due out in August.
Yes! I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, SRP of like $30 for a 4-pack of Optimus Prime, Starscream,
They look nice.
Shockwave, and Bumblebee. They do. I feel like the Mini-Mate's body is a little bit outdated compared to, say, Mega Constructs figures, but they're still pretty nice, and just the thing that they have going for them is the number of parts that are, individually molded parts. I always liked that. That's something Mega Constructs kind of, I think, capitalized on, just the fact that it's not all just printed on detail, and they're fairly nice looking.
What I like, at least the Mini-Mates that I have, I don't have that many. I like that there is, and the Mega Constructs are the same way, but it feels like they are completely consistent from a design philosophy. It's kind of the way that I feel. Like, even if you have a Kaiju Mega Construct, it's still clearly a Mega Construct, not a Mega. If you have a Kaiju Mini-Mate, it's still a Kaiju Mini-Mate. You can tell what it is. And you can pull out a Mini-Mate from 20 years ago, and it's still clearly the same thing. And I like that.
What really made me fall in love with them back when I could not find or afford the Matty Collector Ghostbusters figures, I started getting the Ghostbusters mini-mates.
Oh yeah.
And unlike any of the Matty Collector stuff or basically any Ghostbusters line that I've seen since, they actually did individually molded torsos for all 4 Ghostbusters. Like the torso caps are different for all 4 of them.
I never noticed that, but now that you mention it, that sounds right. Yeah, I've got. I think those came in 2-packs, and I think I bought 1 2-pack. And
Yeah, they did 4-packs like the Transformers thing they're doing too, but for like Toys R Us, which is where I got most of them. Yeah, and also the first place where they started reusing movie Ghostbusters parts for real Ghostbusters figures, which kind of drives me crazy, but I'm just kind of happy to have both teams in the same format.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing.
Oh, mentioning Ghostbusters, I posted this on Twitter this weekend. It's off topic. Chris said he saw it back in December or January. A couple other folks said they saw it recently. But first for me, the Ghost Popper wand it was out. So I was happy to see that. So Kim was the one that saw it, and so I'm very appreciative to have a wife that will look for toys for me when she goes out to the store. And she did a video call, and she had said, "Hey, they got Ghostbuster stuff." And the last time I was there, they were fully stocked on Real Ghostbusters Wave 2. And she said, "No, look at this," and I audibly gasped when I saw it, which is the saddest, most pathetic thing. But I loves me some Real Ghostbusters. I really do.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, yeah, I was happy about that. Okay. Anything else?
And Matt is back.
Yeah, Matt's back. Matt, what'd you get this week? Or is Matt back?
Matt is back
muted.
but muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is.
Very little Transformer stuff, but decent Marvel Legends haul this week. So
What'd you get?
I'll start off. My sister just broke down and mailed me my Christmas presents, in February. So I got the Christmas ornament jazz.
Nice.
Nice.
The price on the ornaments have dropped after Christmas, not surprisingly.
Yeah. I really like him. He's got little stickers. Well, stickers. It's all painted detail, but calling him Meister, his Japanese name all over him. It's really nice. I mean, it's not posable. It doesn't transform or anything. It's just a little statue, but it looks really nice.
Oh, yeah. The Megatron was like $50. Now, the last I checked, it's like down to 20. I may pick that up real quick.
She also sent me Flint Dilley's memoir, The Games Master. So
Neat.
Be checking that out. From what I've heard, it's a really good read. And she sent me a Skeletor t-shirt.
Yeah. So it says, "I don't like to feel good. I like to feel evil." That's what it says.
Yep.
That's nice.
And okay, moving on to Marvel Legends stuff. The rest of my Hellfire Club Guard Garrison, I got 4 from Hasbro Pulse, so I'm up to 6 now. That's where I'll stop with my Hellfire Guards.
Was Starfire? Not Starfire. Was not Sunfire. Amazing Friend. Firestar. Was she a member of the Hellfire Club at one point?
The Hellions, I think.
Hellions. Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, where's the rest of my Hellions Marvel Legends? Come on, Hasbro. I don't think any of them have ever been made.
Yeah, you'll get them before I get Jack of Hearts.
Yes, that's probably true.
All right, so I got the arms to complete my Joe Fixit figure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he really is nice. And I found a cheap Kingpin Build-A-Figure on eBay because somebody had kept it in a bin and it had paint rub from other figures on there. So they were selling it cheap, but 2 minutes and a magic eraser got like all of it but 3 little spots on his arm here off. So I had needed a body because when I bought Professor X a year or two ago. He comes with a Shadow King head that happens to fit a Kingpin body. So
Oh, yeah,
I
neat.
picked up a body for
Nice.
him cheap, so I have Shadow King now. And I found a decent price on one that I've wanted for years, and it was the Sandman Build-A-Figure to complete my Sinister Six.
Ooh. That is awesome.
Yeah, I really like him. He comes with I've got the big block and the mace on him, but he comes with, you can take those off, and he has big hands as well, and an alternate like damaged face. So that completes my Sinister Six, but I like my Sinister Six with less Craven and more Hobgoblin, so I may end up with a Sinister Seven.
I'm going to get that. It's been on Amazon forever, and the price has been pretty steady at like $60. The Sinister Six 3 3/4 scale figures.
Yeah.
The box set, I think I'm just going to finally pull the trigger on it.
I may have to do that too, because I do love the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
And lastly, in the mail today, I got a Super Mini plot kit. I got BioRobo from
Cool.
Chodenshi Bioman. So, and yeah, I'm looking forward to putting that one together this weekend, and he'll go right here with all of my ever expanding mini plot shelf.
Yeah, for the man.
For the man. Yeah. Bio Dragon and Balgeon are still on the way, but this one, I got this shipped to me in like 2 days from Toku Collectibles. So, yeah.
I like that name, Two Collectibles.
So do I. I like the store too. Like, you have to pay up front when you pre-order it. It's full price up front, but I get my stuff quick.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're coming out with a Power Dagwan, and I'm going to guess you can combine both of those together with Fire Dagwan. It's just, I'm just so bad at model kits. I don't care how easy-ish they are nowadays. It's just, I still haven't put my Shogun Megazord together, and I've had that almost 2 years now.
Yeah, and in some Japanese hobby magazine, they've put out a silhouette for the next release, which is Gal Ranger. So Gal King will be the next release after the Bioman stuff. So that could get expensive.
Yeah. Okay,
And
cool.
that's it for me this week. Yeah.
Okay. So Amazon, tfradio.net/Amazon. Buy something. Help us out. It would be wonderful. You can buy anything. You can buy those Hallmark ornaments or the Secret Six set. Get there before Matt or I do. Buy it off from under us. tfradio.net/Amazon. Of course, we have our Patreon at patreon.com/tfradio. We have exclusive podcasts, etc. And one of the podcasts you can be on, History on the Fives. If you're a member at the Touched tier, you can be on. And I'd like to thank our members of the Touch tier, like we do every week. You can also find the names at tfradio.net/credits. But our Touch patrons are Kevin Dorsey, Ryan Bona, Cheesy Patty, who I saw in the chat earlier, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Jonathan James, Nathan Sampy, Ness, Joey Russell could not make Hot 5 this week because of issues with the kids, I think schoolwork. But next week he'll return. Jason Hiley, Mike Mallory, Jason W. Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, again on the week, History of the Fives this week, Spider Bob, and Mighty Orbots. Of course, Spider Bob and Sean Hamilton are pretty much on every week as well. If I remember right, Mike Mallory has said that he would be interested in being on. If you want to be on, Mike, just let me know and I'll send you the links. And of course, our pal Jason Hiley had mentioned it as well, but his schedule is crazy because he's on the other side of the globe. But we'll figure that out eventually. Again, tfradio.net/credits, and I want to thank everybody who is on our Patreon. But we do mention the Touch tier, folks, every week. Oh, man. So if you are listening on a podcast service, whether it's Spotify, iTunes, Audible now, leave us a review. It would really help us out. You're spending an hour and a half each week with us. just, while you're listening to the show, just give us a review. That would help us out. We would love that. And of course, join us on our Discord. We chat with the folks throughout the entire show every week. And you can find that at tfradio.net/Discord. You don't even have to install anything. You can do it right from your browser. So, and we're everywhere. TF Radio, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're TF Podcast there. We have a Roku TV channel. We have a Fire TV channel. We're just pretty much everywhere there is. So you can find us there. I'm on Twitter at bkilby. And on Instagram at Brian Kilby. I'm also at briankilby.com. I just posted a new episode of the How Was Your Weekend podcast with my friend Wendy this weekend. We talked about things that COVID has brought to us, which we are actually going to carry forward. It's been pretty horrible overall, but I think we did learn that a few things could change. And it just makes sense to do it. So, well, next week, we'll talk about that later. You can just listen to the show. People like it. I'm glad about that. So, that's of all the podcasts that I do, even though it has the smallest audience, it's the one where I get the most feedback. I get messages from people. Oh, listen, I love this. I love that. It's just people really connect to that podcast. So help it grow. That's at briankilby.com. Let's see here. Rob Springer's not here. He is at RoboRob on Twitter and zonebase.org. XV is not here this week. He is at ChrisRTXV. And at Play With This photos on the Patreon and at, playwithphotography.com. Rob?
Yeah, playwithphotography.com, Play With Photos on Patreon, and I'm pretty sure it's Play With Photos on Twitter as well.
Yeah, I believe it is. Let's see. Does he have anything new this week? Not on the website, but he may have something on Patreon. But his photos are awesome. It's definitely worth checking out. Ooh, that War Machine. I need to look at that. I haven't opened that yet. I love looking at Chris's photos. I love looking at your photos too, Rob. You guys need to take more photos.
I haven't done photos in so long.
I know. You guys need to do more photos. Okay. Rob, how do people get a hold of you?
I'm on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Rob Flails. Rob Flails is the Twitter for my YouTube channel, Flail Throughs. Right now, I mostly cover Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PS4 and 5. It's a free-to-play Gundam shooter. It's a lot of fun. We are still in the middle of Gundam Double Zeta stuff, which is some of the large, really ridiculous, gimmicky robots. So we're getting one of those this week. It's called the Game Hulk, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what it does, because it should be bizarre. But the full update on that will be on the channel tomorrow morning, as it always is. And if you like what I'm doing, patreon.com/flailthroughs, you can throw money at me for it. Also, if you'd rather just throw stuff at me, there's tfradio.net/Kalilist.
Cool. Don, I just see that service merchandise is back. Are you going to check to see if your discount works?
I don't even have my card anymore, so probably I can send them a polite email and see what happens.
I'm looking at the website right now.
Yeah, I follow them just more out of just morbid curiosity to see what the chain has become. But yeah, I know there's a lot of jokes, but I really enjoyed working for them. Like I said, I was running a $7 million a year electronics department, and I really missed that. It was a lot of fun.
Don, so I was just talking about missing things. I mentioned Sean Bratton was on History on the Fives. So Sean is a DJ as his job, and at a station in FM station in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And just talking to him about radio makes me miss radio so much. I totally get you. I would gladly go back to radio if I could, but it doesn't pay anything.
I mean, yeah, I know, but it's like we had Bose, 501 and 701s, and it was like,
yeah,
I was, I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. I'm sure I'll post the wedding registry wherever we decide.
Oh, tfradio.net/Massey Attack. That's the wedding registry.
Yeah. We're looking at, all the regular places, Target, Big Bad Toy Store, all the regular places for that. It's all a work in progress. So we don't have anything concrete other than those colors look good. We'll probably go with those, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where I can be reached on Twitter.
Cool. Let's see here. Diecast.
Diecast is muted.
He looks frozen. People have been frozen a lot this week.
Nope. I had to sneeze and I muted, and I'm not used to doing that. So
sneezing or muting?
Muting.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to throw stuff at me too, you can do that. I got a tfradio.net
Don't tempt Dawn
/diecast list, and then you can follow me on Twitter and see what I got, because hopefully you sent me something. At Diecast2 on Twitter, you'll see the siege rung that I got over a year later. Hopefully Scrapface will follow from Walmart. I'm still hoping, but I don't expect that. And you can like my reviews or like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast, and you can see all my reviews at tfradio.net/reviews.
Cool. John.
Where?
That John D everywhere. Cool. Okay. Sweet. Don, did we mentioned you? I mentioned you last time, but we got you this time. I'm thrown off by all this newfangled hand raising and things. Actually, just all the frozen faces. So at the end of the call, when Google asks how's the call quality, you're only getting 2 stars, buddy. We'll see you next week. Okay. I was serious. I think I'm going to go to Walmart.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not right now, but my Walmart is open till 11 o'clock now. I miss Walmart being open 24 hours.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, the quality of the call this week sucked.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was muted. Yeah, Brian, if you don't have one, let me know. I think my local Walmart has a couple on the shelf for Panther.
Oh, cool.
If I had known you were looking, I saw like a dozen of them today.
Okay. I expect to find it eventually. So this is not one of those things where I'm like, oh, I got to, figure out where I'm going to get it. I'll get it eventually. So I appreciate it though.
No problem.
So, I was looking at Joe Fixit Hulk here, and he actually does not share any parts with Kingpin. They're completely different figures. I think we were talking about that.
Yeah.
The other week. Yeah. Everything is different.
The suit is definitely the suit chest is definitely different. I can tell just from.
Well, yeah, but the legs are different lengths and different widths. The arms are different lengths and different widths. Yeah. Completely new figure.
So
go ahead.
So Matt, the Spider-Man Classics Kingpin that I picked up, I haven't really looked at
Same
it that
thing,
much.
isn't it?
It's not exactly the same thing. The Spider-Man Classics has like the ascot instead of the tie here.
Oh.
Right.
And that seems to be a molded piece, so I think like the upper part of the torso is different on that.
Okay.
figure.
Because I know the Hulk Buster that came out in the 2-pack with Hulk was the Build-A-Figure, just I think slightly repainted. I think.
Yeah. But I'm just saying this Joe Fixit, that if Hasbro's paying attention, this is a very good base for a Mr. Hyde, Build-A-Figure, and I need a Mr. Hyde for my Masters of Evil. Just
Cool. Hey, people watching live,
good start.
I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream. No post show because I am going to head out in a minute. So we'll see you next week.